fade this time. Ooh.
Nice.
Well, welcome to Cocktails and Curtain Calls. I'm Matt Austin.
And I am Beth Young. And for the next half hour, we are going to talk to our guests who are doing Perfect Arrangement.
Did you forget you're in the show?
It almost slipped my mind. Doing Perfect Arrangement at the Brookfield Theater of the Arts. We have Tony Bosco-Schmidt, who plays Bob Martindale, and director Terry Saggerty. Thank you for coming in. It's really nice to have you. It's really fun working with you. I love it. Really, it's a great experience. I've had a great time. Did you have something you wanted to say?
No.
Okay.
Well, you're in the show, so
yes.
I feel like I should technically
just step
be asking
up
the
here.
questions.
Right. Okay.
Go
for it.
What is the show about? Okay, hello. What is the show about?
Do you know?
I don't.
Okay, let's ask Terry because he chose the show, and I want to know why you chose that show, too. Okay. Like, what drew you to it?
That's got to get a question in,
The show is set in Georgetown, Washington, D.C. in 1950, and it examines the Lavender Scare, which was part of the McCarthy era's purging or expunging of people who worked in the government that followed the Red Scare, which is chasing out communists from all walks of life in the United States.
Right.
And the premise is two married couples, conventional couples, who are beards for one another. So the males are actually a couple and the females are actually a couple.
Are they people that work in the government?
Two of them do. One in each of the couple, a male and a female. Bob's character, or Tony's character.
Bob's character is very conflicted.
Any relation to Wink Martindale? No? Why, yes.
We've already told that joke.
All right. But not here.
Not here in front of our
Now
audience.
everybody gets to share in it.
And so it's about the unraveling of what is called The Perfect Arrangement, which is the title of the show.
And it's a comedy.
It's a comedy drama.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So comedy.
Yes.
It's a drama.
There you go.
Yeah. It's actually, as things wind down, it is quite powerfully moving. I mean, it's really very.
Yes.
The writing is excellent, and the performances are.
Well, that's what turned me onto the show altogether, because I was reading the script when it first came out, when Brookfield announced that they were doing it. And I started reading it, and I thought it was going to be a light comedy, kind of, fun thing like when we did Noises Off. I was like, oh, it looks like a lot of fun. They're talking about it as if it were, slamming doors and running around.
Farce, yeah.
And it's way more than that. And as I started reading the script, I just got totally drawn into the characters and how it was developing. And it's not a long play, but it is really complex in how
It's so
weaves
well
together.
composed.
It's very well composed.
Yeah,
So when it finally comes to the end, you're like, wait, that's not done for me.
Right.
Yeah, lots of surprises.
Right, lots of surprises, and you don't see it coming.
You don't.
Yeah, you don't.
And you could be 2 and 3 pages to the end and have no idea how it's going.
So you read the script, and that made you come to the audition.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your character.
Bob Martin.
So
Yes,
I'm Bob Martindale, and I work for the government, and I happen to be in charge of the personnel department that is searching out the communists. And I'm holding a dinner party in my house, I can say this, right? Holding a dinner party in my house with my next door neighbors and my boss and his wife.
Yeah.
And she's my wife, I'm married, and I'm married.
I know.
Stop spoiling it, Beth.
And he announces that he is going to extend our role to pass the communists and to work on the tramps and the whores and the people like your character, Beth.
That qualify for all of those.
All of those
terms, yeah.
So what is your character?
Oh.
What can you tell us without giving anything away?
I don't know, Terry. What do you think? Yes, she is.
Beth plays Barbara Grant, and
that's it. That's all you can tell us.
she also works for the government.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a
and
translator.
Has been for many times. She's a single woman, and she's had a tawdry life.
Oh.
And,
I enjoy
she enjoys the
pleasures.
company of
Yes, I enjoy. Yes,
right.
yes.
Lots
My
of
character.
different
Yes, is
things.
She
yeah.
is the most popular girl in the translation department.
Oh.
Half of
And I'm not a
Washington
girl.
seems to think so.
Oh.
Yes, I am a grown
So
woman.
Barbara eventually discovers the beard factor, the perfect arrangement, and then confronts the couples with the information because she herself is threatened for her career. So it's all about from there how it unravels and how they bargain with one another to come to some understanding about what they should do next.
Move forward, yeah.
So there are a lot of parallels to what's going on in the U.S. today.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so we find it to be very relevant and quite moving. So we're looking forward to having an audience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
See what
yeah.
we're doing.
April 26th, we were talking
Right.
about it
Correct.
off air,
Yes.
but
Right.
the Brookfield Theater for the Arts.
Right. And we run
Closes
3
May
weekends.
11th, right.
Okay.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday matinee, except for the closing weekend, which is May 11th.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So how did you come across this play? Where did it come from?
Well, you
Ethan?
guys know that I lived in Atlanta for a long
Yeah,
time
yeah.
and very involved in the theater world there. And a young playwright, Topher Payne, wrote the show. He has several plays to his credit and has a fair amount of national acclaim. And I had heard about it because it played in Atlanta, it played in New York. And then last March, I was down in Atlanta and happened to see a really fine production of it with several friends of mine in the cast. And I just fell in love with it, more so than I had reading it on paper. So I submitted it and it got picked, and I'm delighted to be directing it.
I'm delighted to be in it.
Are you delighted to be in it?
As well.
All right.
As well.
Yeah.
That's
No,
the one
I'm,
thing you and I can agree on.
we can agree on that. Listen, off
As
stage
your
we can agree on a lot of things.
As your
Right.
characters.
So, but I would have to say it's a great group. Let's talk about who else you have in the cast.
Well, Morgana, Katie,
Watson.
Watson,
Yeah.
thank you, is playing Millie, Bob's wife. And then we have David Regelman playing Jim, who's Bob's actual partner. And Molly Wheaton, who's playing Norma. And she is Millie's partner behind the
Jim's
beard.
wife.
Yes.
And then
We'll get a chart.
Circles, arrows.
It's like a family tree kind of
Dean
thing.
Alexander plays Theodore
Dean's
Sunderson,
great.
who is the Bob's boss,
He's my boss.
basically,
Okay.
in the government. And then his wife is Laura Lettieri, playing Kitty.
All
And
good.
of course,
Nice.
Beth,
Barbara.
Beth,
Yeah.
Barbara Grant.
as in you.
Beth Pang. And likewise, like you, was drawn to the script because you had mentioned it to me that you were submitting it, and I was surprised at the end, and I was really very, very moved by, and that's all I'm going to say.
Just how it
That's all.
comes together.
Just how it comes together, but also, you know, I write, this is a brilliant play in its ability to show, not tell. You know what I mean? I mean, it is really character driven. You have really powerful characters here that have very distinct personalities that aren't told. They're on display. I'm always drawn to that in a play that's got all that nuance and all that character development, and the story. They're not like pawns, just moving the story. They are very real people and complex people. So I thought it was super well done, and I still do.
It's the multiple layers of every character
Yes.
that draws the whole plot along.
Right.
That makes it interesting. There's nobody that's not actually really important to the plot.
Right. They run deep. But again, that construct, that ability to tell a story that way, I think is really
Actually,
great.
two of my friends who were in the Atlanta production I'm referencing, when I wrote to them and told them we were going to do it, they said, "Oh, I hope you have as much fun discovering over the next couple months every day."
Right.
And every day something reveals itself that I didn't see the day before. So
Right.
it's fun for me too in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'm finding it fun as an actor because there's every day you find some other way, some new way to do something, or before you settle on but it's got a lot of opportunity for that, to work a character and to work a portrayal. So it's
There's
great.
a lot of juicy monologues.
A lot of juicy
A lot of juicy
monologues.
conversations that can be played so many different ways.
Right. Yeah, no, it's all good.
So how's the rehearsal process been? How do you rehearse? As a director, how do you run your rehearsals? Do you break it down scene by scene, or do you do character work?
Well, after the read-through, the table read, we did some individual character work, and I did couples therapy, I called it, because I have conventional couples and unconventional couples and mixed couples, so we did a lot of that kind of work. And it's not an ensemble show, but it's an ensemble effort, if you will. So we did a lot of team building and did some fun things, and then we went in, conventional blocking and all those good things. And we've been rehearsing 2 or 3 days a week, and now we're in the final stretch. We're about 2 weeks out, so we'll all be together a lot, as is usual. But it's been a good process, I think, and I hope they agree. But
Well, I completely do. I think what you were saying
Me
about
too,
the couples
yeah.
therapy and having everyone get together to talk about the relationships before we even sat on stage
Right.
to even
Yeah.
really do anything was key to this show, because, like we were saying before, it's all about the relationships and it's all about
Right.
the people and those and the undercurrent in what we're not what we're saying, but how we're relating to each
Right,
other.
right.
Is more important than what we're saying.
Right. There's so, and that speaks to that time. There's so much that's kept hidden, but it comes out. Otherwise, it's not, it's not a given or it's not an obvious thing. So that's for me in acting. That's so fun to just peel back those layers and find those things. So it's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun. I think. Yeah. a lot
So
of
I have a question for you. Okay. So it's not a personal question, no worries. So the first time I ever saw you was like in a super serious drama.
Yes.
And then you and I did probably one of the funniest plays I've ever seen. And then now this is sort of a mix of comedy drama. Do you have a preference or when you do a show? Do you like one over the other, or is it just the experience of working with?
I want a good, juicy show.
Doesn't matter what,
I think
yeah.
next I'd like to try a musical. I haven't done a musical since Into the Woods.
Ah,
it's
you
time to do a
sing?
musical.
They're looking for guys for your house.
I'm not around. They always do these musicals in the summer. I don't know why, when I'm off in P-Town having fun with my family.
They do because
Yeah.
that's when you get the big
crowds.
audience for that. Yeah.
So musical's the next one on your list
Try
to
a
try.
musical. Well, I'm thinking about directing, so
There we go.
watch out on
Oh,
that.
okay. Okay. It's that time of year, right? Where it's just,
Exactly.
yeah. Good.
the
So,
next step.
well, I'm just going to ask you this. So, and I've seen your work before, your directing work, and we've worked together in readings before. What would be your dream play to do?
Be in or
I have one that I'm going to be
direct.
shopping around, but I really don't want to tip.
You don't want to say.
That's a really hard question. There's
Is
so
it?
many. Yeah.
So many.
Right now, if I could plug, I'm going to do a reading of the Christians by Lucas Knaff
yeah.
in the fall.
We were just talking
Just
about him. I'm
talking
seeing
about
Hillary
him.
and Clinton
Yeah.
on Saturday.
Oh, great.
Very exciting.
Okay.
I'll be doing that as part of the Newtown Arts Festival month-long series. So that's sort of what I have my sights on for the fall. And then I'll be submitting things at several theaters locally.
Good for you.
Stay tuned.
Look for that envelope. And you musical.
I would like to try a musical, yeah.
Have you've done a musical?
Oh, yeah, I did Into the Woods in Ridgefield back in 1990 something. Yeah, I was the baker and
Great part.
great part.
Great part.
part.
So I didn't see that. So what would be?
Not to say that it was a long time ago, but it
was a
it was a while
long-ass
ago, right?
time ago.
Because you did Noises Off there years.
I
and
did.
years
I
ago,
directed
too.
Noises Off there too.
Yeah.
Oh, you directed Noises Off.
Oh, really?
I would
That's
think that is a
interesting.
challenging play to direct.
Gotta be.
It's
I mean-
so much.
It's a lot of pieces. It's fun, but it's a lot.
Yeah, but all the movement, it's like could
But
go
did you
wrong
know,
at any
between the time
moment.
that I directed it and then we did it, Michael Frayn rewrote the script.
So the version you did initially
Was the old version.
What was missing?
He completely changed the third act.
What was the third act
Frederick, who I
originally?
played later, had a much bigger part in the old version, in the third act.
I didn't know that.
He doesn't, get hurt and leave for most of the
Yeah, he
third
doesn't-
act. Yeah.
So
But
wait,
it's not nearly as funny.
the one you did in
Yeah.
Ridgefield was the older version?
older version.
And then the one in Brookfield was a newer version?
Yeah.
Oh.
I never knew that.
I never knew that.
And
Why would
Pam
he do
Jones
that?
was in that version.
Pam
right?
Jones was in that
Was
version.
in that
yes.
at the Ridgefield. Yeah.
We
It
had a
just goes
great-
around and around and around. So if you, I can imagine. So what is there a role that you want to play? I mean, I just want to give you the opportunity to throw it out there because he would love to play.
To our dozens of
To our
viewers.
dozens of
Dozens
viewers.
of viewers.
We have lots of
There-
viewers.
there-
Don't let him
there's
kid
no
you.
specific roles that I'm out there like saying, I would just kill
Oh,
to play
really?
this
Okay.
part.
Okay.
No,
All
I'm
right.
just looking for fun roles with either singing or comedy or, good directors that really get in there and help you develop something.
Right. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Okay. So he's.
What about you?
Yeah.
What about me? What?
We have so you're technically part of this cast, and I don't
Yes,
think we've talked
more
about
than
this
technically.
on the.
No, I
not te-
actually am.
So what about you? Is there any roles that you?
Well, yes, I would love to play. Well, I did for you in a reading, played Nurse Ratched, but that's a dream role for me to
Yes.
really do a full production of that. But that is going
be
on
great.
at Ridgefield.
It is.
And
It
I
is.
didn't even go to the audition. So there. But that is cast. So that comes up this summer.
Yeah.
Is there another role I would? Oh yeah.
Are you
like
going to
to-
tell us?
Yep.
or?
Yep.
Oh,
It's coming.
and I have
It's
one.
coming.
I'll tell you too.
Okay.
Okay.
So last year when we were doing Noises Off,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
announced the next season. I was like, well, I definitely want to do Sweeney Todd. I would love to play Sweeney.
Summertime.
Summertime, can't do
Summertime.
Oh,
it.
you go for the whole summer.
No, we just go for 1 week, but it's
show.
always,
It's always
like
that
it's that
week.
last week of July. It's
Yeah.
a big week.
Right. Yeah.
So
All right, we'll have to
Do a
just
fall.
it's a
Is yours
schedule.
Mrs. Lovett? Because
No,
we can get a
because I
production
can't
up.
sing, and if I think I can sing, but nobody wants to hear it. So I would play Jean Brody.
Oh, okay.
all right.
Okay.
Yeah, I would play that. I would love that part. I imitate Maggie Smith all the time. I love that part. I do. Wasn't it Maggie Smith who played it?
Think so, right?
Yeah, it was.
think so.
The movie. Yeah,
think
yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in my prime. Yes, I love that part. There, I just auditioned.
There we
That's
go.
pretty good. I'm sure
Theaters,
people
there
are going
we
to be on the
go.
phone
We got to
any
get a production
minute.
of Sweeney.
That's it.
A production of something he's not going to tell
Nobody
us.
does Jean Brody. Nobody does that. Nobody does the prime of Miss Jean Brody.
Maybe I'll do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to direct
There we
it.
go.
Let's
All
do
right,
it.
we've
There you
We'll put
go.
this together.
putting
Put
this
this thing
together.
together.
Don't mind us, guys.
There'll be a whole
Well,
precast
here-
thing.
I'll back
People
you.
will be very upset
People
about
are going to be
it.
very upset. As long as you're upfront about it, people are. Oh, that's a whole other topic. Never mind.
Drink.
Drink every time.
Have a drink.
Every time we
Cheers.
talk about precasting, drink.
Cheers. Cheers. Yeah. Well, no, it's, you know what? I like to give people the opportunity to throw it out there. That's the thing, because somebody could have heard you say, you know, what you want to do, and then they're thinking, oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that
Absolutely.
locally. Now, I do think.
Oh, and I've aged past my dream role of Bobby.
Annie.
And,
Oh,
yes,
so
no,
close.
Company.
Oh, Bobby and Company.
I'm too
Yeah.
old now, you know.
Company.
I've aged.
That's one of my
You've
roles.
aged
I
out of
can't
Bobby?
sing it, but
No, not Bobby.
But-
I couldn't carry that. I've aged out of Cornelius in Hello Dolly. I'll
Dolly,
tell you that
yeah.
story one day. And I actually met Charles Nelson Riley, and he told me I wasn't too old to play him now. And you're fabulous. But also, my biggest regret is not playing Mitch in Streetcar, which I was almost cast for twice. Once I was too young, and once I was too busy. So I could really play him again.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to throw this out there. I know they're waving us down. I saw Paul Giamatti in Hamlet. If he can play Hamlet.
oh, at Yale, right? Didn't he do it at Yale?
Oh, I know
with
I
the
could play
rep?
Mitch. It's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
you know,
No.
the age thing.
No,
Yeah.
age is just a number.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm going to say that.
Thank you. Find me a house.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay.
You were asking a brilliant question and it's gone. But what?
Oh, it's okay.
I
No,
did-
we're getting the. What was the question?
What was the brilliant question?
I don't know. I don't know. Well, there's
Wasn't
that.
that good? Okay.
We're getting our little wrap up.
We're getting the wrap up.
So thank you guys so much for
Thank
coming.
you so much. Thank you so much for coming.
Perfect arrangement, starring
Perfect arrangement.
these folks and directed by
So
Terry.
you're going to love it.
Yeah, no, really. You're going to love it. It's great. It's really great.
So April 26th, brookfieldtheater.org. I think is the website
right.
for tickets.
Yep.
We'll put the information on our website. You can check out also facebook.com/cocktails and
Look,
curtain call show.
there we
It's right down
are.
there. Or you can send us an email. Oh, nobody sent us an email.
Nobody
We're-
has sent us any.
Yeah, cocktails and curtain
111
calls.
episodes.
111 episodes.
None.
Actually, I think we got one from Marilyn Olsen one time. But anyway,
You should
thank you
archive
guys
it.
again. And
Thank you so much, really.
you.
I'm sure I'll see you soon.
Yes,
probably tonight in that rehearsal
No,
or
tomorrow.
tomorrow. And thank you guys for joining us. We will see you again next time.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It goes so fast,
It goes
right?
so fast.
Goes so fast.